is there anybody there? Something's gone wrong with my stream setup. This was all working fine, and then suddenly it wasn't. It works fine in that view. This is very strange. Yep, setting up stream. And then, for some reason, when I do that, why is it all zoomed in? This is wrong. I don't understand. Oh, everything's wonky. Okay, that's weird. It looks correct over there. Oh no. This is what happens if you haven't streamed in a while. Suddenly... Yeah. Right, okay. So that is affecting that. Why is it... Why am I so big? Oh no. Oh no. Output. No. Video. 1280 by 720. There's no scaling involved. What? This is bizarre. Why does this one work? Setting up the stream, please wait. I don't know why this isn't working. Everything is set to the right size. And yet... Why is that wrong? Why would that be wrong? I think I might have to restart OBS. Maybe that'll fix it. Who knows? Let's find out. If I do that, will YouTube get angry at me? I don't know. Let's find out. Uh-oh. Here we go. Let me, before I do that, delete that. And delete that. And then when I reopen it, there should be only one. Yeah, get rid of that as well. Yeah, okay, let's try this. No. Oh, oh. Ha ha ha. I'm back. I'm back. Did you miss me? Now. Okay, now that's wrong. And that's wrong. Oh no, that one's gone right again. Oh, but it looks wrong on the stream. Ah! I don't know what's wrong here. I have no idea what's wrong. We will get to actual interesting content very soon. Hopefully. Hopefully. I had it all working and then I went live and then it stopped working. I don't know what that means. doesn't that work? It's literally different between the two views that I have. This is so confusing. What do I do? Okay, how do I fix this? I can do, hang on, what if I do that? What happens then? Anything? Oh, okay. Curious. If I'm not in studio mode, then it works. Okay, I think I might have found a bug in OBS. Right. Speaking of bugs, I also need to find a way to do yeah, I think I understand why that's not working as well, because I can't open two instances of Firefox. It tries to open in the existing one. Bum, 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 bum. Ooh, there we go. Okay. Default. Default release, default. What does this mean? No! The damn thing disappeared. Okay. So that one then. Ooh. Okay. That almost worked. Oh, that's kind of boring. It doesn't get the crux theme. Oh well. Right. That's broken the illusion a little bit as well. Okay. Fine. Here we go. So, we need space-themed shaders. How do we do that? Doodly-doodly-doo. Let's go and look for some inspiration. Oh, hang on. We need to go. What is it? noai.duckduckgo.com. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Space objects include Saturn. Let's go and look for images of Saturn. Can we create a shader that looks like Saturn? Because I think that would be fun. What are planets? I search for planets. Jupiter's a good one as well. Jupiter is really... Yeah, hang on. Let's look at Jupiter. Here is a picture of Jupiter. Is that a picture of Jupiter? It looks too crisp. How easy do you reckon that will be to reproduce as a shader? I reckon quite difficult. Let's go and look at shader toy. Oh no. Really? Do I have to press that accept button? Maybe. Has someone already been here? Ooh. Ooh, they have. Oh wow, look at that. Okay, how does this work? They've used some image things, I think. Jupiter and Io. Okay. We got 120 something lines of GLSL. So, let's see what we don't need. So, looks like there's a bunch of stuff going on here. Ooh. Will it let me edit this? It will. Okay. Interesting. I would like to hide a bunch of stuff. Can I hide the stars? Jupiter texture times Jupiter light. Image with overlay. So if I go with... What's the overlay? What happens if I do that? Ooh, okay. The weird flickery light there. What even is the overlay? Maybe I just want to put that directly in there. Yeah? Get rid of the stars and Io. Yep. So there's something making this flicker here. I wonder what that is. Jupiter surface with mask. Jupiter light. Right, that's that bit. So what if... Aha! Ooh, look at that. Okay. Can I bring it into the center? What if I make the offset actually be 0, 0? Nope. Okay. So I want it to be 0.5, 0.5. Nope. More than that. Less than that. Nine on maybe? Close enough. That'll do. And then make this slightly higher. Okay. This is fun. This is an interesting Jupiter simulation. How does it work? Not sure it looks that much like Jupiter. It's a lot redder. This is more... I don't know. I like the swirls though. I think it just needs to be less red. What is Jupiter texture? So we sample. Okay, we're sampling some texture. This is interesting for sure. We open another one of these. Yeah, it does look more like Jupiter with all the effects on. Fine. What other planets do we have? Ooh, what's this warning? Alright. Ooh, wow. Oh, that one's really cool. Does this use any textures? It appears not. Okay. Oh. Oh. Oh my. Oh, there's layers to this. Oh wow, this is more complicated than I thought. Let's go now to nope. What's it called? What is the URL? Poshbrolly.net. There we go. Right. Oh no, I forgot. You need to sign in before you can use this. Do you have to sign in to use Shader Toy? No, you don't. There we go. Okay. We'll use this then. Is there a shortcut for this? Alt Enter. Yes, there we go. Okay. So now, so uv.x times uv.x plus uv.y times uv.y if d is less than 1 equals that. Syntax error. Oh yes. Syntax error there. Okay. Alright, we have a circle. Let's do 0.5, make it a bit smaller. We want to know, we want to squash this actually. High resolution .xy. uv.x. Does that syntax work? I'm not sure. Resolution.x over I resolution.y. There we go. Now it's actually a circle. And uv plus equals vector 2. 5.5. Whoops. Did I mean to subtract? Yes, I did. It still looks wrong. Maybe I meant to do that there. I think I possibly did. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Let's make that smaller. Well, as the start of a planet. Okay. So, I want to know how this one does these swirls. What does this do? Render image. Oh, okay. It does that. Fine. Maybe I can preview those? Doesn't seem to be. So we need some swirly stuff going on. We need a lot of swirly stuff going on. How do we do that? How do we do that? What is this? Maybe I need to sample all the different sort of layers to it first. Try and get those kind of blocked in. Yeah. See if we can do that. Does this let us? No, it doesn't. Okay. So we're gonna have to do something like So we want a bunch of different colours. This one is 1.525, 1.482, 1.369, something like that. Then we need, what's the next one? Let's pick something like that. Ooh. Actually, let's move all these into a separate function. We'll call it bands. It's going to take some floating point value and return some number somewhere in between all of these. And let's add one more. So it's about 1.78. 0.506. 0.427. Okay, so I think what I want to do is calculate how close it is to each of these, and then the color should essentially be whichever is the closest color. Well, not quite. It should be mixed between the two closest colors. Maybe these should be VEC4s then, actually. And I should have some numbers like 0 there. Although maybe I should use the alpha channel for this, actually. So let RG and B still do RG and B. Let's make that 0.0. This should be, oh, I don't know, 0.3. This one should be 0.34. And then there'll be some more. I kind of want to iterate over all of the colours. That's kind of awkward to do, isn't it? Yeah. Let's just do one of them for now. So dist1 equals abs f minus col1.a, and then we'll do, well, let's call it inverse distance 1. So do 1 minus that, and then turn col1 dot RGB times idist1. It's not quite what I want, but this will be a start. So UV dot Y. Woohoo! Started to do something. Then I want to take. Yeah, hang on. Just do call equals vec3 UV dot Y 0 0. Let me just figure out. Yeah, so that starts with 1 at the top. 1-ish at the top. Not really 1 at the top. -1 point naught +1. Okay. Definitely want to click that though. In the range 0 to 1. Nope. Not matching overloading function found. Wait, really? I'm sure there's a GLSL function called clip. Clamp, that's what I mean. I mean clamp. Okay. So let's do plus 0.3 or something. 0.5. 0.5. That looks like the one I want. So actually I want 1 minus that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So that's D, and then I want float, let's call it P, equals that. And then use P there. Just to be sure for now, I'm going to do that. Yeah, that looks exactly the same, so I can go with that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right. So now I want to calculate the second distance, and the third one. We'll figure out a better way of doing this soon. So that's 2 and 3 times 2 and 3. What if we add all these up and then divide by 3? No, that's going to be way too dim, isn't it? Well, it's kind of done something right. Ooh, okay. That's different. We want a gradient that goes through all of these values. So really we only want the 2 closest ones. Let me do this. There must be a better way of doing this. does GLSL give us in terms of arrays? I don't think it does much. Oh, there's someone in the chat. Hello. How are you doing? I'm doing shaders again. Welcome to the stream. How's my audio, by the way? You're the first person who's actually chatted who could actually tell me if my audio levels are good. I feel like they might be too low. Okay, good. Good. I'm trying to make a shader that looks like Pluto, not Pluto, Jupiter. I know what the planets are. So I'm trying to figure out. Yes, I know who you are. Plutopiter, yep. That well-known planet. So I'm trying to do. I want to find felt. Jupiter, Plutopiter. Felt. You're gonna have to explain felt. I don't understand. Right. Yeah. So I want to do. This is not useful. I want to figure out which are the two. Felt? Yeah. What does felt mean? What does felt mean in this context? Don't get it. You. Oh, no. I see what's happened. YouTube. No, you said Juto. And then YouTube thought that that was in a different language, so it has automatically translated it into English. And the translation is felt. That's curious. It doesn't tell me what language it thinks you wrote. That's curious. I wonder if there's a way to turn that off. Anyway. So, yes, I want actually to iterate over all of these colors. Is it Lithuanian? I don't know. I'm sure you can find that out while I'm remembering how to do GLSL things. So this works a lot like a C loop. Let's do 3. Oh, my hair's all on my face. But is there a way? Yes, it's Lithuanian. Are you making the Jupiter looking kind of thing by hand? Like art and whatnot? I'm not quite sure what you mean. I'm trying to write a shader that looks like that. That's what I'm trying to do. Because then I can have it be cool and animated and whatnot. I have no idea how I'm going to do these swirly bits. So for the moment I'm just focusing on getting a sort of a gradient that is roughly these colors. So that's what I'm currently doing. So let's have C1 and C2. Oh, I see. Maybe. Yeah. Certainly. So there's a lot of, like, this eye here. This big blob. And this one just underneath it. I'm sure those will be, like, there'll be some element that is that bit that gets added on at some fairly late stage. And similarly with, you know, all these little details. I won't put all of the details in, just like the main ones. This is going to be on a very small resolution display. So, I don't really need too much detail. So, yeah, I need these to be in an array. Can I have an array of vec4? Does that work? With 3 things in it? And then can I do well, this one be 210 in that case, I think. Does that work? Yes, this is for the large Rubik's Cube. You see the theme, the EMF Camp theme this year is space. So I have to make it a space cube. So the plan is to put a different planet on each face. Yeah. So there'll be, so like the red face will be Mars, probably. I reckon Jupiter will go on maybe the orange face, or yeah, the orange face. The yellow face will be the sun. The white face will be the moon. Blue face will probably be the Earth or something that resembles it. Green face, I'm not sure. Not really many green planets. I could make up a green planet. Yeah, it might look a little bit weird because it'll be a circular thing on a square. Well, do I want the Earth for green though? Because look, if I search for pictures of Earth, does that look green to you, or does it look blue? Like, yeah, there's bits of green, especially if you go for one of these cloudless pictures. But like, when I think of pictures of the Earth, I think of I'm struggling to find a good one now. Yeah, there we go. There's a good one. I like this picture of Earth. That's the kind of thing I would like to like to create. But that's definitely more blue than green. But yeah, I could pick. I could choose to do something more like this. But then it's definitely not one color either way. Yeah, I know. I just need to make up a green planet. That's all I need to do. Right, so loop through all the things. If f is greater than or equal to color I dot a, and f is less than or equal to, actually this should go to there. I'm going to call I plus 1 dot a, and oops, auto indents. David Attenborough documentary idea, green planet. C1 equals I, C2 equals I plus 1. I'm gonna have to put the last one in now actually. Yes, this is gonna be 3. And that is gonna be 4, and that's gonna be 3. What's my last color? I think it's gonna be the same as this one actually. Yeah, let's do that. But that's gonna be 1. Oops. Let's do it like that. Don't need these anymore. Okay. So first of all, let's try just returning the C1 color. See if that works. Is this even valid syntax? That's going to be calls. Yep, I just completely forgot to type it correctly every damn time. Calls, there we go. RGB. Okay, yeah, there we go. Cool. This is the start of a thing. But now, now I want to actually do some amount of blending. So I want, hi Daphne, how are you? So I want calls C1 and calls C2, and I want some amount of each one. Let's call these C1 multiplier and C2 multiplier. I want to add them together. And then take the RGB of that. So that's probably what I want. So now I need to figure out C1 multiplier. Let's just check this works. Did that work? Maybe. Okay. It's not leaking from my bathroom ceiling anymore. Oh no! Ah, you've had a leak. That's unfortunate. I'm glad you've got it somewhat fixed. Okay, so C1 multiplier is going to be... we want to know the distance between them. So that's going to be cols C1, no, C2 dot A minus cols C1 dot A. Okay. A slow leak. Where's my water? Here it is. Oh no. Accumulating for a while and then suddenly becoming obvious. Oh no. Oh, that does not sound fun. Oh dear. Okay, so D, that's the distance. And then we want, let's call it P, it's going to be cols C1 A minus F? Is F what I called it? Yeah. Well, I hope they get the leak fixed. Indeed, it is more circle-like than cube-like. So what I want to do is take this and make a shader out of it. Because the EMF theme is space. So I have to make the cube a bit space themed. So I'm trying to put a different space object on each face. So the red face will have Mars on it, the yellow face will have the sun on it, the orange face will have this Jupiter on it, etc. I might have a thing that lets you choose like what kind of theme the cube has while you're solving it. Partly because there will now be more than one, but also because that way I can add in a theme that is deliberately higher contrast theme. The yellow, orange, and red on a Rubik's Cube is notoriously difficult if you're colorblind. Certain kinds of colorblind anyway. So yeah, it's forcing me to actually make it a bit more accessible, which is fun. Because I'll have options for how it displays. But yeah, I'm just kind of blocking out the Jupiter gradient right now. So I want to figure out how far through. Yeah, I want to do P divided by D, I think. That should get me something in the range 0 to 1. Is that right? Yeah, so in fact C1M wants to be P over D, and then C2M wants to be 1 minus C1M? No. That's wrong. That's really wrong. What have I done wrong there? What if I just return cols for for now. Pulse C1 times C1M dot RGB. Syntax error. Semicolon. Oh. C1M always negative. C2. What? Oh. Yes, I see what I've done. And none of you told me. Okay, that should now. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So now I can just add in more stops along my gradient. So we're going to want to stop somewhere in the middle, looks like that. Ooh, well, that's fun. So probably at about 0.5. Oh yeah, I'm going to have to remember to update all of these numbers every time I change something. Wow, I should... maybe start doing something like this. Wait, no, that's probably not going to work. Oh, I don't have the C preprocessor here, do I? If I do that, does it allow that? Oh, it does. Oh, it does. Excellent. Okay. But I want something more like 0.945, 0.702, 0.447. Yeah, okay. Wait a minute. Is this backwards? Yeah, I think I want these the other way around, don't I? Yeah, there we go. That's what I want. Okay. I think I also want... So there's kind of... no, not that one. Here we go. That's not mine, by the way. That was just something I was looking at. I would like to be able to do something that good. That looks great. But no, so far this is mine. Yeah, so I think I need to do... There's kind of two... Oh, you know what? Let's do... Oh, I'm going to do something clever. I'm going to add an image. And then I'm going to... Oh, no, not like that. How do I do this? Okay, you keep looking at that while I sort out something really clever. I'm going to break the magic a little bit, briefly. But it'll be fine. Let's see, is that the one I was looking at? No. Which one was I looking at? That one? Yeah. No. Yes? Yes, that one. Jupiter. It's in my downloads folder. Okay. Are you ready for me to break the magic? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Let's have a reference image on the screen. Oh no, am I going to be able to fit this on? Sad background. Okay. The what's the word? The magic is going to be broken briefly. So if that scares you, look away now. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, how do we want to do this? I'll put that there. And then there we go. I can't prep this and then update the screen either, which is really annoying. Something went wrong with some bug in OBS. I don't know what it is. If I'm in studio mode, it doesn't work. So, oops. So you're getting all of the, getting a real peek behind the curtain this time. Okay, there we go. Now the only problem is, I don't, yeah. That's gonna break the magic as well. I don't have a way to keep that on top. I don't think this does anything sensible if I... Ooh, okay, no, it could be... That could be less sensible. I don't know why I've got that window open, I don't really need that. It's a shame this doesn't use... Is there an option to use the... Ooh. No, there isn't. I'm sure there used to be an option. Was like use the system window decorations or something like that. System theme? No. Theme decorations? No. Yeah. I was wondering if I could make that a little bit different. Yeah, it seems not. Okay. It's going to be really awkward then. Unless I can do that. Oh, I can. But is that terrible to look at? Is everything too small now? I think it is. Maybe we just allow the magic to be a little bit ruined. And I do that. And it's fine. Okay, so you can see this kind of I can't put my cursor over it because so there's two white lines actually, kind of interleaved. So there's one white line, another white line, and I want that color in between the two. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6. I've got 7 colours. Well, that one goes from 0 to about 0.3. And then that one's going to go not that much further, like 3, 2 and 3, 4 maybe? Yeah. I need more space between them, I think. Oh, that one's 3, 4 as well. Oh, okay. 3. Make that one 3, 5 maybe. 3, 8. Yeah. The colour in the middle doesn't look quite right, does it? Maybe I'll move this down a little bit. It's a little better. I think it might be just that this colour, I need that to come a lot further up. Oh. What? Oh. yeah, of course. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now it's 8 colours. There we go. Starting to look a bit more like Jupiter. It's narrower though. I need to maybe go for that. Yeah. Okay. Okay, this is looking alright. And then we want another white stripe. So that's right in the middle. That's the kind of orange colour. I like the red to orange. That works out alright. But then I think we need another white band. Somewhere around there. Nope. 7, 8. One calls is 9. There we go. Perhaps a bit lower down. Yeah. Yeah. Then what? What's after that? Kind of goes back to that central color again. And then we got this weird, really weird turbulent area with the red spot. I don't know what color to put in there. Maybe that color. That's a fun color. It's quite extreme though. Something in between. Maybe that one. Okay, let's try that. So white. We want another band of white. Like, let's go for 0.75. And then we want between those two. I got that white and that white, so in between them, another one. So this can be maybe 0.68. And that's going to be 0.745, 0.537, 0.431, maybe? Let's see what that looks like. Renumber these. Now I've got 11 colours in this gradient. Yeah, okay. How does that look? Is this a good Jupiter gradient? I think it's all right. Needs a big red spot. Yes, it absolutely does. I fully agree. Colour at the top looks weird, but it might just be YouTube. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it does. It is maybe darker than it ought to be. Hmm. Let me try resampling that colour. Maybe it should be more like... I don't know. It is quite dark though. I think... Maybe like that. I mean, I'm not super unhappy with that colour. It could be worse. Let me keep the old colour. We'll compare. So maybe we want more like 494231. Okay, how about this? It's a very subtle change. I think I do prefer that though. I think I do prefer that. Okay, good. And I shall get rid of this old one. Alright, there's my Jupiter gradient sorted. Now, how do I get the swirliness? I want to mix the colours together with swirls somehow. There must be some sort of noise function that does swirly stuff, right? I guess I want to, if I have a random grid of points that are all slowly moving from one side to the other, and then for each of those points, each of those points needs to be the center of a thing that randomly picks, well, not quite randomly. I need some function that takes distance from yeah, okay, I'm gonna I have an idea. I have a vague idea. I'm gonna try something. So in here, so let's say I have a point, call it C for center. Where's the center? 0.5, 0.5 maybe? And then I want to yeah, so I know the color for this pixel, and I know what the UV coordinates were. I want to calculate distance to C from UV. So I want to do D1 C minus UV, and then D1 magnitude, I suppose. D1.x times D1.x plus D1.y times D1.y. And then just for funsies, let's do that and see what it looks like. Okay, so clearly that's not in the middle. Why is that not in the middle? It should be in the middle, shouldn't it? Ooh. Oh wait, no. It should be completely black in wherever the center point is. Oh, okay, yeah, fine. I want 0, 0 then. I thought 0, 0 was in the corner. It is not. It is in the middle. Okay. So we got that now. I think I do want to do this, actually. I could just do col.r equals d1m. Make the red component be the distance. Okay. So now I can do something like that. And then I can do multiply it by something like that. You get a small area of influence. Not that small. Okay, maybe I... Oh, maybe I should do that in there, actually. No. Oh, of course, yeah. Okay, what does that look like? I want to do... range that is in. Distance, the inverse of the distance. Yeah. Wow. All right. See you later. Thanks for joining. There we go. Should I just not? No, I think I do want to do it like that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay. So. So when I is high, the greater I is, the more I want a swirl effect. So let's see. All of this actually. I'm going to do that up here. So then I can affect UV based on I. So I can do something like UV plus equals I times some vector rotated by some amount. Well, no, because I want to rotate it based on the distance. The further away it is, the more I want to rotate it. Ooh, we're going to need a rotation matrix. That's easy enough to do. Oops, vec2 rot. So cosine of theta, we want sine of theta, and then we want to return mat 4 a times mat 4 ct minus st ct. I think that's right. None of data provided for the construction. Mat 4, no, mat 2. Yeah, there we go. Okay, here we go. So we want to rotate that vector by I, kinda. It's not doing what I want. Oh, yeah, I know why. Because I need to put it there, really. Ooh, yeah, there we go. That's definitely a swirl. Okay, let's swirl less. And multiply that whole thing by I as well. Yeah, there we go. Let's make this less extreme. There we go. Need to make that more. Yeah, okay. Maybe not that much. 5. Nope. It's kind of swirly. I wonder if we can turn this into turn this into the eye. Maybe we can. If we make, so we want it to go down a little bit in Y. That's up. So minus 0.2 perhaps. Ooh, yeah, this could work. And then this wants to be I time. Oh no. Time modulo. No, it's a function, isn't it? Mod 2.141. Whoa! Oh, that's cool. Okay, it's not going the way that I wanted it to. That's fine. We can just flip it round. Wow, yeah, it's really extreme when it's around that side. Wow, just vanishes. Oh, that's so fun. Okay, so it's obviously going a bit too far still. just want it to not do that, you know? So I want to decide based on the original UV. Yeah. So P want to be calculated from the new UV. P depends only on UV. So if I calculate D before I modify the UV, D redefined, yeah, that's fine, comment out that one. Yeah, there we go. So now the chaos is confined to the circle. We still need, oops. Wow. That's fun. It's not what I want, but briefly looks like Jupiter, and then it gets messed up. Okay. So let's instead go for minus 0.1. Okay, so 0.1 is there. Okay, so I want it to go from maybe, yeah, 0.7 to minus 0.7 maybe? Yeah, I'll go with 1. Maybe I want it to go from 1 to minus 1. So I should take mod I time 2, subtract 1. What does that look like? It's going the other way. Okay. It's going a bit fast as well, so let's divide that by 2. Yeah, and then get minus 2. Now it's going the way I want it. Alright. Minus 4 maybe? Yeah, there we go. Okay. But now I want more of those all over and smaller. And I maybe want them to be more swirly. I feel like it's not swirly enough. Well, that seems like a good start. Something I can improve upon. Perhaps I will leave that there for now. And we'll come back to this another day. Ooh, it's tricky to get to the thingy. There we go. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye bye.